waiting for this. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you guys a simple animation in Pivot. And then I'm going to show you guys a sprite tutorial later on this week. But as I'm stating, here's a simple animation. I want 2 of these guys. And let's keep this guy black, and we're going to make one more. Let's add a figure. Let's have him kind of like the laid back. We want him to be red. We also want him kind of like laid back in our first scene. Kind of like he's just sitting there chilling. And we'll kind of like chilling like this. Kind of want to have his like foot forward, he's sitting there. And I recommend if you're going to do like a simple animation, Pivot's a little easy to use, but trying to figure out like with stickman exactly where your stickman's supposed to be can be hard when you're just using these type of stickmen. Just imagine this dude in a chair pretty much. Just sitting back, laid back. This is our first frame. Second frame is this dude just start walking up. Like this dude is just sitting here tired of the junk this guy's been pulling. We also want to have him like kind of lean forward a tiny bit. That first hand like that. And we want to move that one to there. Now we kind of want this guy to be like swagging along. We also want to have that like foot right there sticking out. Now we can do like this dude sitting there about to wave. Then we can show this guy is just directly moving forward. Now we kind of want it to be like this. Like he is so tired of this dude right here being a jerk. So this dude's sitting there just simply waving. He's like, what's up? Then we see this dude directly switch off. We kind of want this like foot to be right here. And he's like, I'm not taking this junk anymore. And he's going to come up. In each frame you should see a little bit of difference. We'll start playing it here in just a second anyway. Dude puts his hand all the way up in the air. And here we go. We directly show this dude getting down, getting into a boxer type stance. We also want to have his hands up in front of his face before he throws out that first punch. We want this guy's feet to be kind of like right here. We want them bent. So that way it kind of looks like he's got that boxer stance to him. Now here's where you guys are probably going to get the fun out of this. Now this dude's going to come up, directly swing with his uppercut, and we want this to be like 3 frames. That way we get a nice clean detail. We're going to have that dude coming down. We're also going to have this dude taking a step forward in. Now guys, we're doing this right this second while the game loads. You guys who are watching this tutorial video for Pivot, which is P-I-V-O-T, you guys are going to be able to understand what Pivot is. It's animation to scene. So this is how it pretty much rolls. I'm just giving you guys an example. And here we go. We're going to give this guy like a Shoryuken. And then this guy's going to come up with this Shoryuken. We're going to have this guy just drawn back a little bit more. Then he's going to come up and directly Hadouken him. So you kind of want this arm to be moved back just a hair more. Kind of want to do like this little Hadouken move. And then here we go. We're going to move him directly into his chin. We're going to pretend like the dude's head got knocked back just a hair. We're also going to move this guy's feet directly down underneath him. Then we're going to see this play out. So what we want to do is move him up in the air. We kind of want to move this guy as well, but we want to move him directly on the guy's fist. We kind of like, you want him to look like he just got punched really, really hard. Then we kind of want to have like this guy about to do like chuck slam. We're also going to move his hand just a hair. Got this dude right here. We about to have him do a chuck slam. So he comes up. This dude's still sitting there. Oh my god. He's like, no. Oh, no. And then we have the extra catch line to it. We're going to have this dude kind of like move it. We're going to have to move this guy a little bit back a little bit more. So that way it looks like he's doing an actual chuck slam. Now if you guys look and play this animation so far, it kind of looks like he's just walking up and just grabbing him. But that's where we're going to actually add the extra little bit of animation right here. Now we want to move him back. We want to have this dude crouched a little bit more. We want to kick his feet up into the air. You also want to move him to where he is directly on that little blue spot. And then we're going to throw this guy's like feet out. We're going to have them bent to an extent. We're going to do like one animation. Then we're going to do another one where he's got this foot higher than the other one. And we want to have this guy's back straightened a lot more now. And then we're going to do one of the essential parts to this. You want to make sure you get this down. And you want this dude to look like he's getting chuck slammed. That's when you cut down to the animation. Now, I recommend doing this like 4 or 5 frames, make it look real smooth, per each small little animation, because it really does make it smooth. Now, if I'm going to make a simple recommendation, try to do it 3 for each of these little animations that I'm doing within maybe 1 or 2, and it'll make it look smoother. So as we're coming down, we're going to have this dude looking a little bit more down. We're also about to get him chuck slammed. Now, you can't add sound effects, that's why you use Windows Movie Maker. Now, I think I had the flash pin in or not. I'm not going to show you how to do sound effects today. But I am going to show you just a little bit of tips that I've learned. So as you're coming down, you're about to see this dude look like he gets chuck slammed and then his nuts get crushed. Now here's where I want to kind of like move this guy. I want to move this guy to right about here. Then I want to move his feet up here. Now the odd thing for me is that little orange dot, this dot right here, is where I'm having to move the essential frame around, because I have to move these legs and pivot them around this, because this is where the miles are just going to stay the same if you're trying to move anything else. Now what we want to do is kind of flip this dude. That way everybody understands he's getting flipped. Now if you look at it, and we look at the animations, you can see where the dude looks like he's about to get chuck slammed. Now here's the fun part. Now, I mean literal fun part. You kind of like want to nail this in. So we're going to have this dude literally come up within a 3-step animation over here. We're going to kind of have this where he's got this, like he's about to chuck slam him into the ground. We also want to have him like kicking the dude in the crotch. Then we're going to kick him off the screen. So we're going to move that a little bit further. We're going to add that. We're going to add this here. Now, we're going to also straighten out this dude's back. And then we're going to make it look like he's barely moved an animation. Then we're going to move this guy's body all the way up to the top. We're going to move this foot right about here. And then we're going to move the dude to right here. So that way it looks like he's kind of moving into the animation. Now here's the fun part. And I keep saying fun part for a reason. Because you kind of want to nail this into him. Boom. And directly have him freak out about it right afterward. So this is what you want to have now. He sits there and looks like he's grabbing his nuts. Now I repeat, looks like he's grabbing his nuts. We also want to have this hand like right here. And we're going to move this dude's foot to here. We're going to twist his back. And then we're going to dunk him one more time. Kind of empathize he's just got kicked even worse. Now, here we go. We're also going to add that little bit of curve to it. Now if you kind of look at it, kind of looks like he's getting kicked in the nuts real fast. Doom, doom, bam. Now here's the last step I'm going to recommend. Smooth animation with pivot is very, very easy to do. It's the artist's interpretation of movement. We're also going to throw this dude off screen. We're going to also move that hand up. And we're going to keep moving this guy down to show you guys what I mean. And it's really about smooth animation. You kind of want to make it look smooth, but also not look like it's rushed. Right now it looks like it's rushed. And you'll see that when we come to the ground, when the dude's about to touch the ground. Here we go. And now we just want to delete that guy. We want this dude to land on the ground. Now a little extra thing I'm going to add in here is a victory pose. We're going to add this victory pose in where he's going to sit there, do this left, and then do this right. So, here we go. You guys are going to see my victory pose up. And have his head tilt back and forth 2 times. Now we play the animation. It looks like the dude gets kicked in the crotch, kicked off screen, and then he looks like he's partying. If you guys look at that, it's a simple animation. Didn't take a lot to get into, but you also see the fact that it was actually cool to do. Now I'm going to stop replaying this. You can add backgrounds and stuff into this. You can also, for instance, if I wanted to make this dude originally blue, I'm also going to add this little empathy right here. Show you guys a little difference. We're going to change this dude to blue when he hits the guy. We're going to change this guy to blue. Kind of like add some empathy that he's powering up. We're going to change him back to blue. We kind of want to have that little bit of flash in there. And that's where you're going to see this at. You're going to see this flash of blue. Actually, it's going to be a flash of black, but you guys are going to see what I mean here in just 1 second. And this is what we call, like, he's doing his signature special move. This is something like he's doing signature. You know what? We can keep that the way it is, because we want to empathize his special move. Then we're going to come up. We're going to empathize that this is his next special move. Now, you can do sprite battles on here, and that's what I'm actually going to be doing later on this week. And I am going to probably put sound into this. And I'm going to be showing a sound tutorial for Pivot. You guys want to do something like a little sound. Now, if you guys watch the animation, kind of looks like he's getting ready. He comes up with a special move. He looks like he's flashing just a hair. Now you can see where it looks like he's flashing and kicks the dude off screen. We're also going to add one more bit of animation, and that is to his dance. We're going to add a bit of blue here. Then we're going to change it to yellow. You know what? We're going to go back and we're going to go to his special move just where he kicks him. And we're going to change that from blue to actually yellow. Because here's another way to empathize it. We're going to change this back to yellow. Kind of like he's doing his signature move. Now if we look at it, he goes from ha ha ha, and then he goes tsh, boom. Now you kind of see where he does it. Boom. Now if we're going to empathize the blue even further, we can have him flash in between yellow and between these two scenes. And this is just another way of looking at it. You can have him flash 2 different colors. So here we go. He comes up, he punches up in the air, he flashes yellow, he flashes off screen. Now this is a great example. Then we're going to come back and have that dude reappear in this one more scene. And this is where I'm going to end the tutorial and keep on with the live stream. You guys who unfortunately are watching this recording will not get to see the live stream. So we're going to add a figure back in. We're going to have him being that last dude who was just kicked off screen. So the last dude who is red. So we're going to come over here with this dude who looks like he's very ticked off. We're also going to have his like front foot forward. And we want him looking like he's dashing in. Like he's straight up dashing in. So what we're going to do is kind of add it like this. We're going to add it like this. And change his arm to be like drawn back. We're also going to add it like this. That way he kind of looks like he's flying in. We're going to turn this guy to yellow. Like this dude just went Super Saiyan 1 or 2 or 3. Whatever you want to call it. We're going to add animation. Add another animation. And we're going to also pretend like this dude's still partying about it. We also want to put like that hand down. Add this guy just moving in. Then he just starts to realize it. Dude's trying to throw his hands down just in time. That's when this dude's already too late. And we're going to come up for signature move, and we're going to change this dude and change his color. We're actually going to add another figure. And we're going to have him being kind of like an after image. So we kind of won't position him in the same way. It doesn't have to be exactly the same when you're doing something like this. You just want similar looking. That's what we're really going for here. We also want to change this dude to an orange color. We're going to change this dude to orange. That way it can empathize the dude's speed. Now what we're going to do is move this guy just like he's coming in. Add a frame in here. We're going to also pretend like the dude's coming by. Well, then we're going to make the dude go like he's screaming in pain. Now this is the fun. This is where it's going to look funny as can be. We're also going to flip this dude around. Kind of have like he's doing the Matrix right now. Pretend like the dude has now just unleashed his ultimate attack. Doom. Then we add it up to go blam. We're going to also make this dude look like he's right there. We're adding that kablam to it. Or then like this dude is just going off screen. Now here's the front. This is going to be one of the unique parts to this. We're going to flip this dude upside down. We're also going to flip this dude the other way. We're going to have this dude draw back, and we're going to make sure he looks like he's going extremely, like he just got kicked in the face. That long, long kick. Doom. We're going to make sure that it's right about the same angle. We're going to flip the after image around just for a second. Like he's going so fast that the after image hasn't even given time to caught up. Then we're going to have this dude just spin out. And we want to make sure that when we do this, doom. Kind of add this guy like drawing forward. We're adding this extra step of animation where he's going to have that foot come into him. This is where we're going to have this dude fly off screen. Now you guys remember that after image was not sitting there right. So we're going to add like the dude actually threw another punch even though the dude wasn't paying attention. Little extra after images you can do. Then we're going to add this extra bit of frame. We want to make that dash look legitimate. With a final kick to get him off screen. And then we're going to delete him. And we're going to continue with this small bit of animation. Deleting the animation at the same time. We're going to delete that animation. We're going to have that dude come down. Start with his descent. You guys are going to see how this dude actually lands. We're making sure he does like a backflip landing. Now, there is different ways. I was thinking about doing a DBZ animation with this. But Pivot is a very easy tool to learn. So, I didn't really get a chance to fool around with Adobe and a lot of the major big ones. But since I'm fooling around with this, I've actually quite had some fun with it. We're going to add this dude's little hand like this, kind of like he's swaying back for it. Then we're going to add this sweet jazz motion to it. Then we're going to have this little dance motion to it. You guys are going to probably laugh at this. So here we go. The dude's doing the bird, by the way. That's right, he's doing the bird. And here we go. Now watch the animation. He comes up, he punches him, he does a Swayukin. He starts laughing about it, doom, 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 off the screen. If you look at that, you kind of see the animation was so fast right there, that it looked smooth. Where this is a little bit rough, but it actually gets the job done. The second part comes up, doom, doom, and gets the job done right. Now, if you guys want to learn more about animation, I will be saving this so that way we can do a sound tutorial. We're also going to do this one final step to this, where we're going to have him change colors for just 1 minute, and we're going to have him change to complete white. Boom. Play. Now, this is what you guys are thinking. Why did I change to complete white? Now, look. He disappears. So now it looks like he just went, boom, disappeared out of nowhere. Now we can delete him. And we just made this a complete animation. Dude comes up with a Shoryuken, he kicks the dude in the nuts, the dude gets pissed off and comes back for a random ass kick, starts dancing because he won. Now if you guys want more tutorials, let me know. This was actually only 68 frames. This is actually a small animation. I will be doing more, and we're going to be saving this as a save as, we're going to save it as a pivot file, and we're going to save this in pivot animations. And we're going to call this tutorial, or just TOT. You know what? Super Saiyan. That's right. Super Saiyan versus human. There we go. We got Super Saiyan versus human. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll be doing another animation tutorial later on this week with sound. Chill out and keep on chilling with Steve-O Productions. And we'll be supporting you. Bye-bye. And thanks to all following cast members, including Steve-O, whatever his name is, the douche, and Halo. Bye.